Hatsili Boy Sana.
Hopefully I get
Yeah. I'll repronounce the name, so don't worry. Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Najo Ajili-Boyjani. I am from Ghana. Yeah. So I'll be presenting on traumatic amputations in a Ghanaian tertiary hospital over a 6-year period. It's a retrospective study, and I would like to acknowledge my co-authors as well. And this study was done in Tamale Teaching Hospital from 2017 to 2022, and it consisted of looking at retrospective data on 160 cases in the hospital, and we found out that over the period there was a peak in 2021, about 20.6% increase, and then a sharp decrease in 2022. But let's talk a bit about what traumatic amputations are right before we delve into it. So traumatic amputations refer to an injury to a limb that results in its immediate separation from the body or may ultimately lead to the loss of the limb due to an accident or an injury, and this may involve the toe, the upper limb, or the lower limb. In our case, we had most of the cases involving the upper limb at the area right below the elbow. And most of the causes of traumatic amputations include falls, road traffic accidents, explosions, especially in war-torn areas and conflict-prone areas. And this can lead to a lot of psychological stress and trauma. Globally, there are about 57.7 million people living with physical disabilities as a result of traumatic amputations. And so there was a need for this study in our area because we do not have a study that specifically looks at traumatic amputations in Ghana. And moving on to the table, this shows the socio-demographic factors that are associated with traumatic amputations. And in our study, we found out that those who were 20 years and below, most of them being male, had most of the traumatic amputations. And then there was a trend there, a significant finding there as well. And those who had no education also had most of the traumatic amputations. Prosthesis use was low among the group of people we spoke about because only about 40% of people were using prosthesis because it's very expensive in our region, and there's also lack of access to the prosthesis as well. And those that were using prosthesis were using prosthetics for the lower limb. Most of the causes of traumatic amputation in our region, the major cause was car accidents, or what we call road traffic accidents, followed by falls from a height, which was about 20%, and then closely followed by assaults. And in the region of the study area, this is so because there are a lot of carnage on our roads. We have a lot of people who do not heed to the traffic signs and then the road safety as well. And then there's also there's a conflict-prone area there, so a lot of people have a lot of conflicts, which leads to a lot of these things. Yeah, so I'll be concluding in sign language, and so I would need help with a microphone. So yes, so my name is Dr. Na, and I have discussed and presented my research on traumatic amputations, and our recommendations in this study was to educate the public on road safety and workplace safety as well, and improve the use of prosthesis and access to prosthesis as well. And yes, thank you for listening to my presentation.
Thank you for your also
I forgot to capture everyone. Yeah, I forgot to capture everyone.